This is Destiny confronts SNEAKO. He's cuddling. Relax, dude. Let's go.
Pierre said that. Yeah, he has.
I don't believe.
Fuentes told me that, and that's a big reason why he doesn't want to debate him, because that comes down to identity politics. If you believe in Israel, and if
Bro,
you're
Nick is one of the
pro-Israel-
biggest identity politics people in the world. What do you mean?
How? What, Christianity?
White nationalism? What do you mean? He talks about race.
He's not a white nationalist, Destiny. He's a Christian nationalist.
One of the biggest points that he debates is the fundamental changing of the character of the United States after the 1965.
He's doing it again. One of the biggest points that he debates. White nationalism? Are you serious? Why does he gotta talk like that, dude? Just talk. Like, just be a guy.
Hart-Stella Immigration Act, that it changed the character of the country because we got so many brown people because of stuff like familial immigration. This is one of his biggest talking points. Go and ask him that if he could restrict immigration from non-white people, would he do it? He's going to tell you yes, that this country should look more like white Christian people. Ask him about the founding stock of America. Ask him about what the founders intended the United States to look like in terms of like racial demeanor. Can I ask you a hard question or hard questions? Yeah, I'm not. This is going to sound like I'm grilling you, but I'm truly just interested. Okay. Do you believe me when I say that, or do you not believe me? When it seems like anti-Semitic rhetoric in the United States is like on a huge upswing, and then like people like you are kind of like being responsible for driving more of it. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit sad. And a little
You think
bit
I'm
scary.
pushing anti-Semitism?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you know that
Let's
this is the
go.
first year?
This should be interesting. This is gonna
be good.
It's gonna get fiery.
I'm not going home for Christmas. They don't. I have blue hair, woke family, kind of like you, and they don't mess with politics at all.
I mean, it doesn't take a blue hair people to not want to your politics. Like the Yankees.
It's never got to the point. It's never got to the point where I've been like uninvited for Christmas.
Yeah, but has it ever gotten to the point where you're like publicly defending people saying they love Hitler? Like that's probably a pretty big. That's probably a pretty big departure from stuff you've normally been involved in.
I support what Jesus would
Seems
do.
pretty
On
normal.
Jesus' birthday, Jesus would want everybody to be loved.
All right. Sorry, we're back to Destiny though.
Back to Destiny.
And
Oh, Lord.
I tweeted, I love Jews and Nazis, which is what Jesus would do. Jesus would love everybody. I agree with that statement. I like the fact that he broke that final wall of the woke mob saying that. I'm not saying, I'm not a...
I don't
Agree
think the
with half that
problem.
statement.
I don't think the problem is just saying we should love everybody. I think the problem is saying like I love Hitler and I don't think the Holocaust really happened. I think that's more the issue.
I didn't say that.
You
I
might not
never
have,
said
but that's what Ye said. So when you defend parts of his statements, you're kind of implicitly buying onto like the other parts
Let's
as
go.
well.
No, that's not true.
Fight.
But people don't really dig into that. So what's happening? I actually recently, I don't know if you saw, the Daily Beast wrote an article calling me racist for joining Ye's campaign, which is absolutely crazy. Like I understand where Elon's coming from, because this has an effect on people's lives. People who are so brainwashed and plugged into these ideas. They see SNEAKO joins, racist YouTuber joins Ye's campaign, even though I'm on Rumble. They're like, oh my God, they're destroying our name, and they're putting all this. They're just trying to paint me as a bad. Like who? It was a white dude writing this article calling me racist. Who the f do you think I'd be racist to if I'm joining Ye's campaign? It's
Probably
absolutely
Jews.
crazy.
I think is probably what people are thinking.
Yeah, but the Jews would also argue that they're not a race. The same Ben Shapiro argues that, oh well, Jews aren't a race. They're it's a religion. That's the biggest misconception, even though they are.
No,
I don't think he
there's-
does make that argument.
There's no
Right.
shot Shapiro said that. I can't possibly believe that. No
Shapiro
way.
said that. Yeah, he has.
I don't believe you.
Fuentes told me that, and that's a big
Just
reason why
pause
he
for
doesn't
a
want to
sec.
debate him, because
Yeah.
that comes down to.
From what I remember from Ben Shapiro, he's very proud of his Jewish ancestry. I remember him like posting on Twitter gleefully that he's got like 99.9% Ashkenazi heritage. So yeah, I don't know about that, SNEAKO.
Let's hear it again.
That they're not a race. The same Ben Shapiro argues that, oh well, Jews aren't a race. They're it's a religion. That's the biggest misconception, even though they are a race.
No, there's
Yeah, I don't think Shapiro does that one.
No.
Yeah, but that's the problem. They're not all united about it. And it's not just Ben Shapiro making up the anti-Semitism laws and the rules, and it's such a slippery thing. It's like what is anti-Semitism? Because Ben Shapiro at the same time would say that an atheist isn't a real Jew, right? Wouldn't he? When he's pressed, when it's convenient, he'd be like, well, he's not really Jewish. Because is anti-Semitism just against the race of Jews? Because he would say, I'm proudly Jewish, like I'm Semitic. He would be like, I'm Ashkenazi, 99% or whatever. But then would he also say that, Bill Maher doesn't represent Jews. He's not Jewish. So he would go religious when it's convenient. You'd be like, oh well, those are leftist. They're not Jewish the same way I am.
They slip through your hands.
Yeah, it's too slippery of a term. They're like, oh, we're a people. Oh, we're a religion. Oh, we're a race. Like, well, okay, so then we have special exceptions for your race. It's like Semite is literally a racial term. It's saying we're the sons of Shem. That's what a Semite is. So you're a special lineage. You're the descendants of Shem. So you think that we're anti a race when we're saying that your religion is the problem, your culture is the problem, your ideology is the problem, it's your mindset is anti-American. And then he goes, okay, well then we're a race. So you're being racist. All right, but what about your thoughts and your opinions? Well, that's anti-Semitic. It's like, wait a minute. So is your thoughts and your opinions, your culture, your identity, your behaviors, are those arising from your race? Because those are the problems that we have, is the way you're behaving. Well, it's a real thorny issue right there. That's kind of a problematic terminology. It doesn't work. It's not practical.
There's no shot Shapiro said that. I can't possibly believe that. No
Shapiro
way.
said that. Yeah, he has.
I don't believe you.
Fuentes told me that, and that's a big reason why he doesn't want to debate him, because that comes down to identity politics. If you believe in Israel, and if
Bro,
you're
Nick is one of the
pro-Israel-
biggest identity politics people in the world. What do you mean?
How? What, Christianity?
White nationalism? What do you mean? He talks about race.
He's not a white nationalist, Destiny. He's not. He's a Christian nationalist.
One of the biggest.
What's our take on that? That's another term. That's another problem. What is a white nationalist? The people who we would say are the white nationalists are the ones who are saying we need a nation that's based on whiteness, meaning that like there's something inherently, it's just like just white exceptionalism, white supremacy, white nationalist. Those are synonymous like boogeyman terms. It brings to mind somebody who's just hyper fixated on race as like the cure-all, and that if we could just make the nation whiter, everything would be better. That's not what we think. That's not the solution. And that the solutions are based in race. That's what a white nationalist thinks. A Christian nationalist like Nick is also racially conscious. The Christian thing to do would not be to acquiesce to globalist interests that want to deracinate our nation in order to demoralize us and rule us and make us weaker and more susceptible to satanic influence. So as a Christian nationalist, maintaining integrity of like of culture, of ideology, like family, and really just remaining in a natural state, these are things that are going to be inherent to our worldview. So that's going to be part of it. But that doesn't make you a white nationalist. That's a thing. That's a key. It's essentially a slanderous term at this point. It's like your intent by calling Nick a white nationalist, you're saying that he is like these other people that we are not like. We're not like.
It's a boogeyman term. It just means you're a bad person at the end of the day. Really, it has no saliency. It has no meaning.
Right. It means that
that's why it doesn't identify as one.
Exactly, and that's why we would call Destiny a bad faith sophist, because he's using intentionally deceptive arguments. He knows that there's a difference between Nick and Dingo, and
Dingo wants America to be all white. Nick wants America to be majority white. There's a difference. America has always been majority white. It should stay that way. He doesn't want to remove anybody. He doesn't want only whites or any of that nonsense.
And more nuanced would be Dingo wants America to be all white and get rid of blacks.
Cyclops sent $3 at Want Playthrough Power Chat. So maybe when you're done with this segment.
Okay, I got the link. Right on.
What are you saying?
So yeah, the white nationalists would say this country will get better when it becomes white. And what we're saying is the enemies of America are making it worse by intentionally making it less white.
Yes.
So it's not about us trying to make it more white. We just want to stop those who are intentionally changing the demographic for nefarious reasons. So it's a pushback against racial erasure. We're just like, stop doing that to us. Maintain and what is essential to keeping us strong, which is like what we have. We don't take away what we have. Let's stop doing that to us. And maybe push back the other way to recover some more of the founding stock and the way that it's set itself up as we organize ourselves as a nation. If we erase that organization, it's a way of erasing the nation. It's taking away from us the structure that we depend on and replacing it with something else. There's a replacement agenda at hand, and the people that are pushing it are the people who don't have our interest in mind, and they have a totally different future in mind than we do as Christians.
What did Nick say at AFPAC 3? White people are done being bullied.
That's literally it. Yeah.
We've had enough.
So you want to bully us. We don't want you to. That doesn't make us a white nationalist. That's just like, stop trying to erase whiteness from the nation. That's different.
Points that he debates is the fundamental changing of the character of the United States after the 1965 Hart-Celler Immigration Act, that it changed the character of the country because we got so many brown people because of stuff like familial immigration. This is one of his biggest talking points. Go and ask him that if he could restrict immigration from non-white people, would he do it? He's going to tell you yes, that this country should look more like white Christian people. Ask him about the founding stock of America. Ask him about what the founders intended the United States to look like in terms of like racial demeanor. You should, seriously, like ask him. These aren't even like tricky questions. Just ask him what he'll say. Well, like, what do you think? If he thinks that like black and brown people intrinsically have like lower IQ than white people, why would he even want him here?
Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Even that, you know that that's not what he says. The idea isn't that black and brown people intrinsically have lower IQs. Why would you even want? All right, I'm just gonna leave it.
The fact that he's the communications director for the first dark-skinned, that first like actual black president ever, that doesn't make sense.
A black guy that's talking about how much he loves Hitler? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't.
Wouldn't that make? Doesn't that actually make perfect sense? Doesn't that make more sense than literally anything else in the world? Isn't that the perfect thing that makes sense?
Okay, if he wants the country to be perfectly white, then he wouldn't be the communications director for the first black president.
Do you think there's anybody that is as popular as Kanye that Nick Fuentes could work with right now?
Trump.
I don't think Trump wants to work with Fuentes. Didn't Trump publicly disavow Fuentes?
He disavowed him, but at the dinner he said he was really impressed with Nick, and he said that Nick's really smart. He was complimenting him a lot.
Yeah, but he was complimenting him like...
After the GOP was disavowing him, he was like, oh, this guy, I don't really think he actually disavowed him. He just said he didn't know. He didn't know that Fuentes was showing up.
He didn't know anything about Fuentes. Fuentes probably showed up and was well-spoken, and Trump, being Trump, was like, oh, yeah, he seems like a nice kid.
He knew about Fuentes. He put the face to that guy's name. He knew that he was leading some of the Stop the Steal, and he was at January 6th, but he didn't know exactly who the person was. But he was impressed with him, and I think that in another circumstance, Trump would benefit greatly from having Fuentes on. But basically, the point is like the fake news mob is very strong, and now it's happening. I mean, it happened to you too, and I'm surprised you didn't shift at all, especially like when. I mean, I'll go back to us getting played in the Senate, but they completely have a monolith on groupthink, and look, like it's affected my personal life. Like now I'm at the point where now I'm streaming on Christmas, talking because a lot of people in my personal life, they're like, I'm racist, they don't want to associate with me. But that essentially, if you go down, it comes from a place of love. It's love speech, loving everybody. I don't love
blaming the Jews and talking about how the Holocaust is not real is not coming from a place of loving everybody.
I don't agree with that. That's not what I believe.
That's fine if you don't agree with that, but that's what Fuentes talks about. That's what Kanye's been talking about. It doesn't matter if you agree with it or not. That's what they're saying, and that's what people are reacting and responding to.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's your predictions for that campaign?
For what? Ye's campaign?
Yeah.
I think he'll get bored and drop it in a month or two. But I could be wrong. But that's what he did last time he was running for president.
How do you think it's going to change public discourse? Because nobody's talked about this. There's nobody been that vocal about Jews since Hitler.
I mean, it's making everybody a lot more worried about like anti-Semitic shit in the United States, so it's having that impact at least. But like in terms of lasting changes and shit, I have no idea. I don't know.
To me, just shows whose tears are worth the most.
Yeah. Real?
You attack, you make a joke of any other group.
I wonder if Destiny could think of other outcomes that he could have. I bet he could, but he won't. But you think Ye's gonna get bored of it in a couple months and drop it?
I don't think that. If that happens, that'd be gay. I don't think that at all, though. No. The last time was a lot different than this time. Like he didn't have all the support. Like I feel like this time's actually serious. Last time it was kind of last minute. That's why he dropped it. I feel like this time's different this time around. I believe in Ye. I believe that no, I don't think he's just gonna get bored.
I don't know personally.
You think he's gonna get bored?
I don't know if that's exactly the right way to say it, but I think there is.
Well, I mean, he's kind of in that situation. Like, they took his kids away. Like, I really feel like he's kind of on the warpath right now. Like, I don't think he's just going to give in and, like, stop.
I think we might see it transform. I think it might be a transformative movement. Like, I don't think Ye 24 will go away, but like the energy, like what he's doing, but the idea of, like, it could be that like it becomes something other than a presidential campaign.
Yeah,
it could become something other than even the way that it started out with DEF CON on Jews. Could go through some transformations.
No,
just like that's how it is with an artist. That's how a lot of projects work. It's like the initial inspiration, it like evolves into something else and takes on new directions. And it could play out sort of like, I'm imagining it playing out like a movie, really. And there's
like a movie.
Yeah, so there's going to be like
a Jewish Hollywood movie.
Well, more like in the way that the traditional structure of a good storytelling is going to have a first act, a second act, and a third act. And there's the first act is going to be the launch, right? So you're hooked in by, I'm a little sleepy right now, but tomorrow, ... And then all this is the first act. And there's Tim Pool and Alex Jones, and there's the hood goes on and the jacket, and there's Netanyahu and all this stuff. And then Nick comes on board, and there's the Trump thing, and like all of this. This is setting the scene. This is the first act. This is I don't know. I'm just thinking about. So this is different than saying, oh, he'll just get bored of it in a couple months and drop it. I'm thinking what we're going to see over the next season is going to be, there's going to be a second act where the first act sets things in motion, and then the second act is exploring those things and coming to terms with whatever is going to be resolved in the third act. And the third act is going to be the most exciting part, the resolution. And so
it's King of America. That's the resolution.
You know, Ollie Alexander said something about the way he phrased it was, I don't know if Ye is going to become president or if he's going to start a crusade. Think about
the way I've always looked at it is this, and people will say this is cringe, but I've been following politics for a while at my young age of 21, and what I saw with Ron Paul is it, in a way, popularized libertarianism like never before. And what I see happening with Ye is the dissident rights Ron Paul moment. This is the time where our ideas are going mainstream. We are breaking the Overton window.
Yeah, no, I think that's
and that in of itself is positive.
Yeah, and the Fed and all that stuff is a common awareness of a problem with. Remember, there was Occupy Wall Street and a million things that happened. You're right, the Ron Paul effect.
Papal Grow I percent $3. Isn't it weird how many Jewish women Destiny has had sex with? Just me?
I don't know how many are there. I don't know how many Jewish women Destiny's had sex with. But is there a number? I don't know what the number is. I actually don't know even where that's going. Is it even is it one? Is it above one? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Destiny's sexual history. Actually, I'm not even thinking of any. I know there was the thing with Lav, but Lav said that they didn't even have sex. But that's all I want to say about it. I don't want to talk about Destiny having sex. That's gross. I don't even want to think about that.
None of the like anti-Holocaust stuff. None of that gives you pause for concern or anything.
I understand questioning it. I understand people's apprehension, the fact that you have to say 6 million, you have to say 6 million. But one of the statements that triggers me, and I don't get triggered often, but like saying, I don't care about your dead grandma, or I don't care about your dead, like these people are still alive, you know? There's people that survived it that are still around to this day. I think that's a bit insensitive. And even a lot of people in my chat would disagree with that. But imagine going up to a black person and saying, I don't care about your dead slave family. I think it's the same thing.
Okay. Jeez. Damn.
Geez, what? Your factory game?
No, just just the wild path your life has taken. It's just.
Yeah, it's been a lot since I first spoke to you. Like it's been a wild year. Like what have your end of year reflections? But this has been by far the craziest year of my life. Like I've been doing a lot of reflecting, thinking back. Like when I first spoke to you, I was a brokey in Brooklyn, just like kind of talking a bit, like still doing YouTube stuff like that. Since I first talked to you, I've met Andrew Tate, I've met Ye. Part of this, like Woke Mob came after me, canceled by BigTech.
Got him.
Distance myself from, like, a lot of people don't want to associate with me anymore. It's been by far the most wild year of my life, and part of like that first conversation was like the first
Primetime_pimp sent $4.20. Good afternoon.
What's up?
Deaf to the gray bar. I'm hearing that G is missing. Did they handle our boy?
Thanks.
Fake news.
Primetime
thanks for the
pimp. Is that Andrew Stein? Primetime 99 pimp on a good afternoon. Thanks for the 420. Yeah, death to the gray bar. Hey, by the way, we're almost halfway there. Thanks for the reminder. Help us hit that goal. You guys are doing fine. We're on our way. We got plenty of time. I don't know if Ralph's going to stream today. He's been mentioning he'd been feeling under the weather, doing shorter streams. Hopefully he does come around. We usually go till Ralph goes, but if we can hit the goal before that, that would be killer. Did they get our boy? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Ye is...
He cool.
But I don't know.
He good.
I don't have any evidence either way. I did hear somebody tweet Ye is missing because he's like... actually, I don't remember what that take was.
And then a video surfaced of him at church after I saw that.
Oh, really?
So he's like, yeah, because he's busy praying to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yo, a guy with energy like that, sometimes you just got to go take some time.
Yeah,
like
real.
If you just disappear for a week because you just want to go be
sometimes a
alone for
nibba needs a break. That doesn't mean like he's being handled or anything. He just needs some me time.
Yeah, before all this happened, I wasn't
genius.
hearing from Ye every day before that.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, I would not hear from him for a long time. So if we hear from him like
doing his
every
own
day
thing.
for a few weeks or something, and then he's gone for a while,
that's to be expected.
like what was he just like? Is he going to be out there every single day? And by the way, if I was a international pop icon, they couldn't go anywhere without being noticed, and had all this going on, I'd probably pop up, make a splash, and then pull back. Probably be me. He's not a politician, right? So I don't know. I don't know how to interpret it, but it did seem abrupt. I mean, I don't think it's like retarded to go, where'd he go? Why is he not here? But that's just because of the expectation that once the ball gets rolling, he's just going to keep going every day till he like is president or something. That's probably like an easy automatic assumption. But then on second thought, it's like, oh yeah, the fact that he would just go away for a week or two and just be kind of gone out of the light. Well, that's where he was before he popped up. I mean, he was just tweeting here and there and dropping songs here and there, but I wasn't seeing him all the time. He wasn't always on podcasts. He wasn't just like tearing the world down day after day before all this. So he went for a run. He blew up, and he's surely got a lot going on. And I don't know what all that is. I have no insight, neither do any of you guys, I suppose. So I don't know what to make of it other than it's just like, honestly, it's like, what would you really expect? He's not a streamer. He's not like a daily content creator. Yeah. So it's like if Destiny disappeared for a couple of weeks and nobody knew why, everybody would be like, well, this is really odd because Destiny streams every day. But Ye doesn't do that. Like Ye isn't an everyday, hey, checking in, here's what I'm doing today, guys. I don't know. I mean, like, what's Trump doing today? I mean, I'm sure somebody knows, but he's
Marie
announced
sent $8. He is recharging. Get ready for Yeezy season, y'all.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
It's over.
Thank you, Marie.
I'm sad now.
But to end up here now, it's like anybody in your chat too. Can you like imagine being in that position? Like, what's your end of year reflections like? You've been streaming for a long time. Is this been an abnormal year? Or is this regular?
I mean, every year gets a little bit more crazy than the last. It's just kind of how it goes. I'm just curious, and I'm not like saying, because I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you think I'm wrong and I think you're wrong.
Wow, insightful, cool answer. This guy just like, is he trying to be Chad? Well, everything, no big deal. Is that his version of like Chad, nothing bothers me? He goes, yeah, okay, yeah, everything.
David M. Kate
what
said
happened to
$3 momentum does matter though.
Why did my screen just change weird? Sorry, hold on a second.
Happened?
I don't know. I bumped a button.
David M. Kate sent $3 momentum does matter though. 2015 Trump started and didn't stop till he was in office. Just saying, love you guys.
Yeah, so that's what I was actually going to say is like, so Trump announced recently, but then like, what has he been doing? He's been campaigning every week. But when he announced in 2015, but see, the thing is, so the election was in 16. He announced in 15 and ran every day. So running every day is important in the year leading up. But Ye 24, well, election day in 24, that's almost 2 years away still. That's in November. And we are in January, almost, 23. So it's really not campaign season. And Ye hasn't even officially announced, so there's no campaign happening. He's talked about it. He's wore the Ye 24 hat and shirt. And but then they've been like, there's no campaign. It's not an announced thing. We're exploring some things and learning and talking about stuff. Ye's an artist and Ye 24 is a concept. But like you said, so Trump announces in 15. We aren't in that
Natty
time.
Wiggles sent
We're not in that
$5.
time right now.
Hey.
Trump formally announced his candidacy on June 16th, 2015.
Oh, I could have told you that.
You could have?
Yeah.
You knew it was June 16th?
I was busy getting DMs. I was sorry.
But you knew that? You knew it was June 16th? I didn't know the day. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So June 16th, 2015. That's when he did the speech at Trump Tower and did the escalator and the whole deal. So in order for that time, so we'd have to, that would be this upcoming June. So that would be like summertime of this year. That's really when,
No.
to follow that type of timeline, we're still 6 months away from there. So the idea that Ye should be out there every day, pushing every day to try to win, he would be like half a year early already. So it's not really the right time. Really, this is the right time to be building the war chest, gathering support, making connections, having conversations, putting the team together, building the vision, all of that.
David M. Kate sent $3. Good point. Starting too early may backfire. People pay attention during the election season. Save the hitters for then.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So if he's got people on his team, which he does, who know what they're doing, then they would be telling him that, hey, you've come out, you've really made a splash, you've got all of our attention, you've let us know what you want to do. If you want to do it, here's how. Probably the best way to do it is to let this be what it's been. If you have anything else to say right now, let's do it. But if it's not important to say it right now, lay low, relax, pull back. Let's now crystallize the vision of how to get what you've said that you want. Let's put together some strategy. And with Ye, it's going to be different than Trump, right? Because Trump was already a branded personality who everybody wanted to be president. Not everybody, but everybody who voted for him, they were like, yo, that makes sense. Let's go.
Yeah, they loved him or you hated him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, America's CEO from The Apprentice, give him the executive branch of the government. Sure.
God Emperor.
And so he has the tower and he can announce, and him and the family and Melania come down the escalator, and he announced the campaign. That's like way later in the summer. That's the time to do it, because you want to just basically give yourself, the campaign season. When the season kicks off, you want to be the front runner. But being out here just a voice out in the wilderness when it's not even campaign season, it's just like, I want to be president. It's like, all right, well, we'll see how you do when the time comes around. But it's not time. So he's already made his point. He's right. I mean, that's kind of what it seems like. He made his point. He had a point. You made your point. Now what? Well, if you're serious about trying to do the campaign, trying to run a race and win, then strategize and figure out how to do it. What's the victory condition? And what are the things that, like, Ye isn't Trump. They're not the same person. They're not the same brand. They're maybe just as famous as each other or whatever, but it would be a very different campaign, a very different attempt. I mean, he's a musician and a fashion icon. So what's a campaign for a musician and a fashion icon look like? Is he just up there giving stump speeches and doing rallies? Or is he doing concerts? Is he designing products that are promo products? Like, I don't know. It could be something we've never seen before, but it's not like he's like, I want to be president, and then he just launches all that the next day. It's not like it's going to be rolling out day after day after day. So it's going to be something like, look, we got something. We want to be in the White House 2 years from now. The campaign season's coming. It's starting half a year from now at the earliest. We have time. Let's figure some things out. That's the way I would be doing it, and I'm not even a campaigning professional. So I don't know what they're doing. No clue. The fact that he's missing for a week or two or whatever, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but it's not really like, oh boy, something's wrong. It doesn't make me think. What's up? My dog's giving me the wiggling signal. She wants something.
Needs to shit.
Yeah.
Needs to poop.
She's like, I need to go take a shit. Can I? Let's go outside. I really got to shit. And if you let me outside, that would be really, really great. That's what she's doing. Yeah. Let me actually go handle that.
Which is fine. I understand the difference in opinion. But like, what do you ever worry, or what do you do personally to like keep yourself from falling down just like a really bad hole of like, fuck, I might be completely wrong on everything, and like realizing that like too late? Do you ever worry about that? Or do you ever think about that?
No, never. Wrong about what?
Anything, everything.
Name what's one thing that you think that I could consider being wrong about?
It's not so much like disagreeing about a particular thing. So like for me personally, one of the biggest fears that I have in life, because I'm a streamer, so I have a fan base that has a vested interest in, and I could have a vested interest in having a certain political opinion, right? Have you ever heard of the term audience capture?
No.
Audience capture is like, let's say that I give a whole bunch of like ultra blue pill takes like all day, every day. Well, what's going to happen is my audience is going to come to expect me to say that. And so what if I run into a problem in the future to where like I want to give a political take about something and I don't agree with the blue pill shit, but now I feel like I'm forced to because like my audience wants me to. Yeah, that's called audience capture.
Oh no, I have that all the time. I go back and forth my chat. My chat's saying like Walaban, W-Taliban, Whitler every single day. I had a Jewish woman on yesterday, and like the chat was just a lot of it's trolling because Rumble's a free speech platform, so people are able to say whatever the they want. But like people are, you know, being like like she's a Satanist, she's the devil, she's a succubus, and I openly disagree with them on that. But I think it's good to have back and forth. And I don't think that's ever going to happen because part of my brand is being able to learn and to add information, to go back and forth, and to change my opinion about things. I like to actively grow and learn on my streams. I don't see myself getting myself boxed in there. And I don't think I hold any like hardcore. If you look like to the core of my beliefs, it's like I try to follow God, and I don't trust people who want to control me. So our first discussion was about how much we trust the government. You trust the government, and I don't. Ultimately, my worldview is down to the fact that people who want to keep me controlled and people who want more money do not have the best interests of the population in mind. They want us to be controlled, and they want to keep us as pawns. And I don't see myself ever changing that belief because that just makes sense if you look where the money goes. That's where you find the truth. If you follow the money, you can see where the truth lies, and I don't see that ever changing.
Okay, so do you mind if can I ask you a hard question or hard questions? Yeah, this is going to sound like I'm grilling you, but I'm truly just interested.
Okay.
Do you believe me when I say that, or do you not believe me?
About audience capture?
No. That I'm like, because there's two ways, and I can understand, especially at this point, because of how different we are, especially politically. Like, you can either think I'm asking questions because I'm interested, or you think I'm asking questions because I'm trying to get like a dunk from my audience to like your.
No, I think right now I think you're genuinely interested. This is like a.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. All right, just curious. Okay, so. This is like a problem that I have from my perspective when people usually say this thing like, oh, we just need to like, I'm just asking questions. That's like a really common thing that I hear a lot, okay? I think that just asking questions and doing your own research, I think that those are two things that are actually really good. I think those are amazingly good things to do. But the issue that I run into is that every time people talk about like doing their own research or asking questions, they don't actually do any research. They just kind of like listen to like a podcast person, or they just like take somebody's word for it, or they watch like maybe one YouTube video that's like highly conspiratorial.
What's your definition of research? Like academic articles?
Sure, like reading a variety of articles, like getting a variety of news sources, like seeing like, well, what is the mainstream, what does the alternative media have to say, what does a historian have to say, what does an expert have to say, what do people on the ground have to say, like getting like a variety of sources based on something.
That's what I do. I professionally interview people. I interview people on the street. I have debates with people regularly, people like you, people who believe in antidepressants. I take in a lot of different information. I challenge my beliefs consistently, way more than the average person does.
Sure. I guess my question is like in regards to, because the thing that obviously is blowing up for everybody is like the Holocaust related stuff. If people want to be critical of the Holocaust, I'm like, well, I don't know, like, do we just have to believe every figure, like without anything else? Like, is that really how it's supposed to go? Doesn't that seem kind of shitty? And I agree that it could seem kind of shitty, but like, have you ever done any like actual real additional research on the Holocaust? Where you're like breaking open a book or like watching like a documentary?
I've read books. I've watched a lot of documentaries. I cross-reference the stuff I learned in school and different historians. There's even a lot of people that say that I'll talk about a World War II historian that I read, and then people be like, that's a bot historian. You need to read this guy. And then I'll check out this video from a different religion. You have to, yeah, I do.
So Okay, so here's like another hard question, and if you don't want to answer any of these, by the way, you don't have to. Okay, so I'm not trying to like make you like blah blah blah. Do you think that like I'm just trying to, because I know what Fuentes' believes on this. Do you think that like 6 million Jews like actually died? Do you think that number is massively overinflated, or that it's about right, or like do you have any opinions on like number of people that have died in the Holocaust?
Okay, here's my answer because I don't want to get put on a no-fly list.
Sure.
But
wait, never mind. You don't even have to answer.
No, I'll answer. I'll answer. I don't want to get a no-fly list. But like but what I can confidently say is there's no way to know like if it's gas chambers, how are you going to be able to count who's counting 6 million corpses? It's impossible. There's no way to actually track that. Just like in any other war, in any complete genocide, there's no way to actually know how many people it is. And just the fact that they say it's 6 million, no more.
Okay, well, first of all, if it was gas chambers, you could track that because you would still have a corpse. I know this is what he meant, but he meant crematories. Because if you gas people, you still have a body. A gassed person leaves behind a corpse, which would leave behind a skeleton, which would be able to be exhumed. And you'd be able to say, this is where these 6 million bodies were buried. The answer to that question is, they didn't bury the bodies. They burned them up. They burned up the evidence. That's why there's no bodies. There's no fields of 6 million dead Jews because they burned up the bodies. But then the question becomes, well, where did they do that? And then they point to some ovens and we go, they burned 6 million bodies. They disappeared the evidence with that. And then you do some tabulations and you go, is that possible? And then when you think about what's actually possible, if that's what those were even for, which then if you examine them from an engineering perspective, you go, wait a minute. Nazis, German engineers who built almost overnight a war machine that was so technologically capable, including submarines and air power and the biggest gun the world had ever seen and all this other stuff. German engineers, that's what they came up with as a way of rapidly disappearing all these bodies, vaporizing, turning them into ash. That doesn't look like that. That looks like something that's for a different purpose than what you would expect. If you know what I mean? Isn't that right? Ain't that right? Anyway, so, hey, RJ, are you still here?
I am still here.
Okay, cool.
One of your mods is accusing me of being a fad. That's how you know I'm over the target.
Let's go. Who is it and why?
Go. Juice is literally like in my DMs right now saying, I don't like you. I think you're sus. You're a fad.
Juice. Bro, relax. What's your evidence? Juice, you need to call in. Call in and name the Fed. Let's go.
That's keck. That's okay. Hey, that just means you're over the target, like you were saying earlier. Like, everybody calls Nick a Fed. I hear that all the time when I'm in Discord, when I'm in VCs. Honestly, that means nothing. It's like water off a duck's back to me.
Wait a minute. Juice, you DM'd me about this the other day, and I told you to relax. I said I trust RJ, and you said, okay, then I do too. I guess you don't. I guess that trust went away. All right. Well, if RJ's a Fed, then he fooled me. Then you're a good ass Fed, dude. You're good. You're really good at being a
Let's
Fed.
go. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Lol. All right.
He called me sus. Yes, he did call me if he said I was sus. Yeah.
You are sus because you're Canadian.
Let's go.
But I think you're just Canadian, and that's sus.
Yeah, that's just the Canadian Juice. That's just the Canadian. Don't worry, I'm working on that. Hey, don't worry. I'm trying to move over and get a green card. Okay, don't worry. I'm in the process.
Yeah, he says he didn't call you a Fed.
No, he said I was sussy and he doesn't trust me. He's trying to equate that I'm a Fed.
I don't trust Canadians. All right. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so SNEAKO, I think he just misspoke. 6 million, if they're in gas chambers, how could you track that? Well, you could because you could count the corpses, but we don't have corpses. We have nothing. And they say, they burned all the corpses. Well, where did they do it? And they did it right there. Well, those don't look like German engineered, like massive body remover ovens. Those just look like a regular, sometimes people die and we got to get rid of it, crematory. So anyway, it's more like that.
No less is a very weird number, and the fact that like you're called a Holocaust denier, if you even question that number, it sets off alarm bells in my head. So it could be a lot more, it could be less, but like actually 6 million, there's absolutely, especially if it's gas chambers, there's no way to know that. Who's doing the tally marks?
Okay, so this is Okay, so this is a good example of what I'm talking about. So I think that question is a really good question, but I think that's like the very first question that you would ask. So then my question would be, do you know how they tallied up the dead people? Or have you not looked into like even that most because I'm only going by earlier, you said you'd watched documentaries and you'd read multiple books and you'd consulted multiple historians. Do you know how they came up with the numbers of how many people died during the Holocaust?
When it comes to World War II, there's different information for all of this. I've heard every single side.
Okay, but like, doesn't it seem like that should probably be like a pretty basic like answer in terms of like, well, how do we know how many people died during the Holocaust, right? Like, it feels like that would be like.
So what Destiny's searching here for here is, do you know the subject well enough that you can steelman the argument? Like, present the case for 6 million the way they would present it. That's what he's asking. Can you do that? Can you say, this is how they came up with 6 million? This is how they're saying that they came up with it. Which honestly, I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could explain it. Which is actually kind of a problem too. It's like they tell us 6 million all the time, but they don't really tell us how they come up with it. That's not they don't lead with that, because I couldn't even tell you. I haven't heard the argument, and you'd think I would have heard it by now. And I guess I got to go search for it, but maybe that's what I should do. That's what I want to get. I don't want to get a Holocaust revisionist in here. I want somebody to get in here and make the case, like just explain it. This is what they're telling us, and this is why. This is their evidence. This is their case. Here's the case. Here's how they make it. And I want to hear them out. I want to make sure that I can get their case as accurately as possible. This is a good challenge from Destiny on the subject. Rather than looking into the revisionists and the questioners, the conspiratorial videos, as he put it, let's get an expert. Will you please come and explain to us your perspective and just like paint the picture for us? I would like to ask some questions that will help my questions will be aimed at guiding us toward really understanding where you're coming from so that I'll be able to say it back to you accurately. That's what I want to get to. I think I would be good at that, actually. Got to find who would the person be. We'll find them.
Like the first thing that a historian would probably go over,
Vrillgard
right?
sent $25. Everyone
Vrillgard
saying RJ just got here. Obviously, hasn't been fucking paying attention.
Thank you, Vrillgard. And
So
yeah, it turns out, I mean, RJ's very sus explanation is that he's just a lurker, because I didn't recognize him either. It's one of the first things I said to him, because he showed up on the scene all of a sudden and he knows everybody and he knows the history. And by all accounts, it seems like he's been around for years. He knows the lore. A lot of people know him. And he's like, yeah, this is my friend. This is my friend. This and that person. I'm like, well, Art, what's your...
Yeah, I've been public because I live in Canada, nigga. Like, think about it like that. Like
yeah, but I don't even know you from the chat. I've never even seen.
No,
you
not you. I'm talking to chat. I'm saying like okay. So do you want me to get into my personal? I was put on a watch list.
No,
and I was
no.
No.
All right,
I'm
well,
gonna
if
get into
you
my
want-
personal
yeah.
business.
Go off,
Yeah,
kid,
I'm
go
gonna get
off.
into it. Listen, I was put on a watch list, okay, and the government told me to get into a specific job, a specific line of work, not post on social media. They told me that I couldn't have any more interactions, or else there would be problems for me. Okay, and for years I kept my head down. I didn't say anything. And now I quit my job on December 9th and I've gone public, okay? So everyone for saying that, like, you know, he's like a Fed or whatever. I've been around, but not publicly. I've been behind the scenes.
Stop fighting under my desk. Go fight somewhere else. You two, I'll whoop your ass. My dog and my cat are fighting right at my feet. Does that answer all your questions, Chad? Are you satisfied? He's a Canadian who just whatever he said. I couldn't understand him. He said it in some foreign accent I could barely understand.
Okay, I was active on Twitter in 2016, 2017 during the Trump election, okay? I had a few hundred followers, nothing big. I got a knock on the door. I was told that if I didn't cease my activity, that basically I could be fined, that I could be brought up on charges. And they said that I needed to join a DRAD program. And they printed out all of my interactions as well as tweets. And then they brought up that David Duke at the time, former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, as well as Baked Alaska, followed me. And they made that a big deal at the time. And I told them that I would quit. Oh.
David M. Kate sent $3. Ha
What's
ha
this guy
ha, dude.
saying?
That did not help your case.
True, the A-logs are going to clip this. So what you're telling us is that government officials, federal agents probably, came to your house and they twisted your arm with threats of, and they're like, you're going to jail unless you work for us and you help us infiltrate America first.
Literally, no. It's the exact opposite.
No, that's what I think happened. I think the feds, you copped a plea bargain, a plea deal.
No.
Oh, he said no, everybody. Do you believe him? 1 in chat if you believe him. 2 in chat if he's definitely a Fed who got a plea deal from the Canadian federal agents.
It's horrible. Everyone's saying that. It's a big gay police state. Don't do what I'm doing, okay? Let everyone, like, there's a lot of people in Canada that want to say, like, I want to be the e-celebrity. I want to be, like, the Tyler Russell. No, you don't. Like, you're literally just going to get shit. You're going to ruin your life. You're not going to be able to work. Okay, you're going to have to literally do what I'm doing right now.
I'm waiting for the numbers to. It's all 2s. It's only 2s. Oh, you got a single one. Everybody.
I don't care. And that's fine. Everybody who lives in Canada knows.
It's so over. Juice totally vindicated. Juice sussed you out. Dang, bro. It's over. It's over. You're a Fed.
That's okay. I don't that honestly, like I said, people that know the situation with Canada, they know it's bad here. And it's like a paper tiger. They literally try to intimidate you. They try to harass you, and they want you to give in.
They intimidated you and they harassed you, and then they bent you to their will, and now you work for them.
But I'm literally public with my face.
That's what they want you to do. That makes us trust you more, so that they can use you as a trap.
Wow, how so?
Because
I'm actually curious now.
Because you're encouraging others to face dox themselves by face doxing yourself. You're like, trust me. Hello, fellow non-feds. Look at me. I'm face doxing. You can trust me.
Wait, so the Fed has been we've been like watching movies, hanging out, gaming.
Yeah, that's part of your job. It's like, all right, so you got to spend a lot of your free time with them, hang out, game with them, watch movies with them in their Discord.
Sleep schedule so I can perform.
Yeah, and then that's how you'll gain their their trust.
This sucks.
No, you're a Fed.
What do you mean?
It's okay. I'm a Fed too. Don't worry about it.
Let's go. That's why I'm on the stream.
To my understanding, is the most studied
Fed
historical
fist
event
bump.
in all of human history.
Let's go. Fed
World War II
fist
is the
bump.
most studied event.
This is the
Among
Outlaw
historians,
channel for
it's
a
still
reason.
relatively modern.
RJ is a mountie asset. Yes.
Keeping,
Yes.
A lot of different actors involved. Like World War II
Let's
is insanely
go.
well studied. Do you really think that 6 million number is just like pulled out of nowhere and nobody's really thought about it?
Of course, people thought about it, but like even just article I pulled up, it's like they're saying, and this is encyclopedia.org. It says towards the end of the war, Nazis attempted to destroy much of the documentation, and of course, there's so many conflicting ideas, and there's so many different personal interests with all these countries. The entire world was remapped after World War II. I don't think there's any way to.
Hold on. The entire world was not remapped after World War II.
Okay, that's
face bag. I'm gonna turn my camera on. One sec.
Cyclops sent $3 at Big Tech. You're gonna have to Anne Frank this Canadian nigger.
Uh-oh.
BTW, I think your new catchphrase should be nigger brain faggot. It makes me keck every time.
I guess is that what I called Brittany yesterday? No way. Yeah, I kind of went hard on Brittany yesterday. I mean, I don't regret it. I do not regret it. But I did watch the replay so that because she went off on it, and I'm like, let me rewatch what I had said, because it was after I stayed up all night, did an early morning stream, that she came in and kind of like ticked us all off. So I just let it all go. Let me see what I said. I went and
girl
watched.
From USA sent $5. RJ is a beautiful fox. Leave him alone because he can shut any of your retards down on a debate about any politics. Love you, RJ. I'll give you a green card and all my credit cards.
Yo, let's go. You got an e-girl. You can come to US and get residency and maybe citizenship by marrying an American e-girl with credit cards. Thoughts? Oh, are you setting up his mic? He's setting up your camera.
Putting on my blazer.
Oh yeah,
he's
putting on his federal agent costume. The costume his handlers set him up with so he could come on camera and convince us all he's normal. Such an awesome anti-Britney diatribe. Yeah, I laid out the whole case off the cuff, by the way, but I just did I went all the way. But I went and re-listened to it, and I did go hard. But I think everything I said was right. But I think that's what that last super chat was referring to. There were a couple choice, pretty funny little isms that went in there. But anyway, if you missed it, you want to go catch that replay. Look at that, 4 67. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're not following, I got to remind you to click the follow button, please. We're trying to get to 2,200. We're almost there. We're 28 away. Can we get 28 follows today? Probably you're already following me, which is epic. Let's get to 22. That's a good goal.
All right.
We're already over halfway to hitting our power chat goal. Powerchat.live /BigTech. Help us kill that gray bar. BigTech, you were always vindicated on Brit. I mean, I'm eternally vindicated. Like, look, we never expected it to be perfect. And like I said yesterday, having problems isn't a problem, but you deal with you just fix the problem. And that's it. So we're not complaining. We're just like calling it what it is. We don't pretend it ain't. But it's over because Beardson called it off. I guess he got the apology that he wanted. I didn't see it. Nobody saw it. I guess it is a little like we thought we were going to get a public apology. He hyped it like we're going to get a public apology and she's going to get rid of all the simps from her chats and we're going to have a total vindication. This is the Holocaust. And it's Thought Wars 2 and it's on. And now it's just like, oh, I talked to her in private and it's over. It's not exactly the ending but oh well, it's over. Whatever. But it was fun while it lasted, I guess. It kind of went limp kind of quick. But whatever. It was Beardson's thing. He started it. I was on his side. Still am. Did BigTech get a Roadcaster too? Yeah, I've got one. I've had it. It's one of the first things I bought with my Super Chat money here. By the way, speaking of buying things, I bought my tickets to Ralph Mania. I'm going. I'm arriving in Philadelphia on Wednesday night. And it's going to be based. I'm spending the night in Philadelphia. Next day, I'm rolling out to Atlantic City to be with Ralph. My intention is to be with Ralph in Atlantic City the whole time because I am not going to witness another Portugal incident without being there. And I don't think there will be one, but if there is, that'll be awesome. Because I'll have front row seats and that'll be cool. And I think I get to go to Ralph's wedding, and then I get to go to Ralph-A-Mania and stay up all night and go to the casino to the after party. And then I'll linger for another day. I'll spend one more night out in Philly and leave on Tuesday after the weekend. So I'm going to be gone for a week. I will be streaming them. I'm planning to do some live streams. I'm bringing I got a second, an old phone that I kept that I think I can hotspot to and I can live stream off of that Android. I'm setting it up. So don't relax. I mean, don't forget, relax. I will still be streaming, but I won't be here in the studio. Greenblatt told Beardson to call it off. Maybe. Was it Zimmerman? Did he get the call from Zimmerman? Brittany called the ADL, and the ADL called Zimmerman, and Zimmerman pulled Beardson's leash. Is that what happened? Beardson got the call, they're saying. I don't know. It's not up to me. I didn't get the call. Well, I mean, Beardson said it's over. If there was a good explanation for why it's over, I missed it. I might have to go watch some replays, but I mean, what I heard is good. I guess like it's enough. It's like if it's over, it's over. But it was kind of a lot of hype. Not as much payoff as I would have liked to see. You know how much I like a good brawl. It was like a lot of bark, not as a lot of bite. I don't know. Oh well. Stephen Darwin studio streams while you're Ralph-A-Mania. I don't. Darwin can run the studio as well as I will. Actually, I gotta get some pet sitters. I'm gonna be gone for a week. I gotta start thinking about that. I know who I'll ask. They're gonna miss me so bad. Steve's never had a day without me yet. What's going on, RJ? Are you waiting? You set? What are you doing over there? You having a meeting with the handlers real quick? Getting a debrief before you go in camera? Are they doing your makeup and your lighting?
Good with that.
Huh?
Turn me on. Show me to the chat.
Turn me on. Pause.
Yeah.
All right.
1 sec.
This guy's, he's like, look at me, guys. Look at me. You could tell by looking at me that I'm not a Fed.
Real. I mean, would a Fed be this autistic? Hold on. Am I even on the stream yet?
No, not yet. Hold on. I'll get you right now. Let me see. Where's the thing?
The lighting in my room looks all wrong. It looks really bad.
I think it's mostly your face.
My face is nice. I have a great looking face.
You?
This looks purple and gay. Looks like Mace Windu has his fucking lightsaber on in my room right now.
Yo. This is RJ.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
There I am.
There he is.
Hi, chat.
There he is. Totally not a Fed. Look at him. Would a Fed do that? Let's go.
Real. Would a Fed be this autistic?
All right.
I'm a real human being.
Now let's get it. One's in chat. For one, not a Fed.
One, if I'm not a Fed. If I'm a Fed.
Any other number beside one, if he's definitely a Fed, and we're all screwed, and he's infiltrated. Now, you want to give your speech on camera so that we can analyze your ticks.
What's that?
You want to give your take again on why you're not a Fed? Well, tell us now. Explain what you were saying before about why you're not a Fed, and we'll read your body language and we'll see if you're lying.
Real. Okay. What do you want to know?
Are you a Fed?
You have to question me. No, I'm not a Fed.
I don't know. You look like you're lying.
I am a federal agent.
Clip that. Let's go.
Yes. Mountie asset. I kind of like it. I kind of like the meme. I kind of like the meme. I kind of want the meme. I kind of want Mountie asset to be meme now. I kind of want to play into.
Okay, here's how the interrogation went. Are you a federal agent? No.
Yes.
I am a federal agent.
Yes.
Instantly breaks. Amazing. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that was
wait. But why? Why do you think I'm a federal agent?
Because you told us in your backstory. You told us that they brought you into the back room.
They told me to stop tweeting, and they said I would get in trouble.
They showed you a case. They had a case file on you. They pulled up all your tweets and your Instagram posts, and they're like, "Is this you? Is this you? Is this you? We've got you red-handed. You've broken our hate speech laws." Our anti-discrimination.
You know what I said?
You're radicalized. You're a radicalized, dangerous individual.
I said that's not me. I said that wasn't me.
They're like, okay, great. Now we've got you lying to federal agents. You're going to jail, son. Unless. And you said they. Hold on. C says.
She sent $3. RJ.
Let's go. See, this is what I want. This is. See, come on.
Don't forget to sign in.
It's working. It's working.
Don't forget to sign out. Sign into the head office before signing out. Yeah, you got to sign in. Don't forget to log your hours, sleuthing or whatever they call it.
He's not a Fed. I've known him for years.
Who says that?
That's what a Fed would say.
Yep. Yeah, TX showed up at the same time that you showed up. So TX is, for all we know, that's Agent TXYX88. That's 86. That's that federal agent's serial number or whatever. Agent TXYX86 says he's not a Fed. I've known him for years.
Keck, let's go.
Yeah, and he's a top supporter of yours. So
he is. He's a good man.
Yeah,
he's a good man.
Or he's sending in money that's the federal agent fund has set aside for this operation that you're part of.
He lives in Kuwait. He's probably gonna get mad at me now that I said that. He does not live in Canada. Yo, docs. Yo. Can we get a TX doxed in chat?
TX doxed.
He's gonna get mad at me. I'm gonna get a text for that. That'll be good.
Over.
It's over.
All right. Well, cool. We got you on cam. We'll bring you back if I need to see your Canadian mug again. All right. That's RJ standing by. Let's keep listening to this.
All of Europe was not remapped after World War II.
I think
sure
confirmed. The report though was that you're even more a Fed now that you doxed.
Most of the original border. Now there were a couple of countries that got.
Everybody thinks you look like a Fed. That's what they're all saying.
Let's go.
All right, base.
Cut up in the southeast, but it's not like France and Germany and the UK and like Italy and all these countries like redrew all of their fucking borders.
Okay, a good part of Europe was remapped after. My point is that there were so many different interests from all these different countries.
$3 RJ is cutest streamer on Cozy by far. Please move to Texas.
Let's go. Texas MILF is creeping on young RJ.
Let's go.
Texas MILF is creeping.
Texas MILF.
Amazing.
What the fuck?
12 and says in all caps, "You better check your group at BigTech." What does that mean? Check my group? What group?
BigTech's just joking, guys. He knows. He's just memeing.
Yeah, I know.
He knows I'm not a Fed. No. Yeah, he knows. That's why he brought me on. He's a Fed too. This is the Fedcast. We're renaming the show to the Fedcast.
Literally admitted he got contacted by feds and stuttered when you asked what he did. Dude, 12 and is spiraling.
That's Keck. Yo, good. Yeah. I want this. This is good. This is what I wanted. Yeah.
Spiraling in all caps. A new person, by the way, with no PFP, who I've never talked to before. 12 and probably blew the SWAT team to get off. Oh my god! Amazing. Yeah. Spurgs are spiraling.
Base.
Very, very nice. Very nice, dude. I'm a Fed too. I know what it's like. It's pretty fun when they figure out.
It's hard, man. It's hard out here. Man. Yeah, it's not easy.
I went and bought a welder one time so that when they asked me if I was a Fed, I
Yeah.
could show my welder on stream just so that would be like an alibi, and they totally bought it. You should get a welder.
Yo,
It's only
maybe
a couple
that'll work for me
$100.
too.
It's worth it.
Maybe that'll work for me too.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't be convinced by any like what historian. Everybody has their own personal interest. Who could you trust when from what nation? Everybody has different biases when it comes to this. Who could you actually trust when it comes to this?
A consensus of historians working across multiple countries to like figure out what's going on, right?
And then the Alex Jones people will say like, okay, but historians from all different countries are trying to push the globalist agenda, so they're going to push one specific narrative.
But the Alex
no way to
Jones
actually
people,
know.
how many of those people are like speaking German and then digging into historical archives to figure out like what happened historically, during World War II? Like, are these real people that have done real research, or are these people that are like screaming about like a Twitter post that they saw? Right? Like, wouldn't you weight that differently? Like, a lot of World War II historians, especially those who deal with the Holocaust, it's kind of like doing like moral philosophy. Like, they speak German. Like, nobody will take you seriously talking about deontology. You can't read Kant like in the native language, right? And it's the same thing too, I think, for a lot of World War II researchers. Like, a lot of these people will actually read German because they want to read the original documents relating to a lot of the historical events that they're going over. And you would compare somebody that's like digging through archives to like Alex Jones, who's going on like Twitter headlines, who's never seen an original World War II document or read a primary source about any of this probably in his entire life? Or like, I guess like a question would be like, what evidence could possibly convince you otherwise? Oh, and then also, I would be careful here, as weird as this sounds, I wouldn't want to slander Alex Jones here, because Alex Jones hates Nazis, and he absolutely would not be on board with like the Holocaust revision stuff.
I'm not slandering Alex Jones.
Sure. No, well, I don't want to, because it sounds like we're using Alex Jones as an example of something that would deny the Holocaust, and I don't think Alex Jones would. I think Alex Jones is a pretty big Holocaust believer.
I'm not even denying the Holocaust. I know the Holocaust happened. Just the baseline point is that...
Well, but you're
Oh, he knows the Holocaust happened.
On board with like the Holocaust revision stuff.
I'm not slandering Alex Jones.
Sure. No, well, I don't want to, because it sounds like we're using Alex Jones as an example of something that would deny the Holocaust, and I don't think Alex Jones would. I think Alex Jones is a pretty big Holocaust believer.
I'm not even denying the Holocaust. I know the Holocaust happened. Just the baseline point is that...
Well, but your idea is that...
6 million.
Sure. Do you think the Dresden bombings were about as bad as the Holocaust?
No.
Have you heard that talking about? Okay, because that's the talking about. Like, it's never a full-on denial. That's like old school. That's like stupid, like old Nazism, right?
The Dresden
I like
bombings,
that sticker. More of
Did
those.
you hear what he just said?
Sorry. Yeah, the Dresden bombings. Yeah, the terror bombings. Yeah, I remember.
Do you think the Dresden bombings were just as bad as the Holocaust, that old trope?
Well, I mean, killing the innocent, the deliberate killing of civilians is bad no matter who's being targeted. So in a way, yeah. Like, I know it's a roundabout. It's like, it's a really bad faith question. And it's like not at all what the debate is. But it's like, in a way, it's like,
See what I mean?
it's all death.
But that's the thing. It's like...
Yeah.
Well, the only reason you mention that is to diminish the suffering of
real. Yeah.
The massive scale. You're taking away from the glory of the Holocaust.
Like, yes, actually,
Which,
it has
by
a
the
little
way-
too much glory for my taste.
By the way, what do you think about my tactic with the Jewish tranny we ended up talking to the other night? Where what I want to call into question right up front, I feel like it's a concession of ground when they say, "Do you believe the Holocaust happened?" I'm like, Holocaust? Listen to even the words we're using. I'm such a nerd about words.
No, that's good. You don't cede ground. You
like
question them.
Why do I have to call it the Holocaust?
Yeah.
I mean, do I believe the burnt offering happened? That's what Holocaust means.
You make them play by your framework. You don't play into their framework.
I don't like that.
Cyclops sent $3 FR. I would pay hundreds to get Paul Town to verify RJ is not a Fed. I'm broke this month. My boy spent $2,000 without my knowledge or consent, but get Paul Town after RJ and I will send hundreds.
Let's go. We're getting the donuts. This is great. I love the RJ is a Fed bit. This is gonna make me rich. This is great.
How did your boy spend $2,000 of your dollars though? I mean, that was more info than we needed. So you offered it up, and now it made me curious. I'm broke this month because my boy spent $2,000. Don't you like? He stole your credit card. What did he buy? He ran up the bill on Steam. Like what? What are we talking about? Or you had to buy him braces? Like what happened? What does that mean? Interesting. I think you're making up excuses instead of sending me more money. I think you should send me hundreds now. Tell you what, send me hundreds and then I'll get Paul.
is based. Maybe I'm gonna start beefing with people now, like BigTech. Maybe this is how I get known. RJ is a Fed, bad faith RJ. I'm just gonna start attacking people. I'm just gonna start launching attacks. Mio, hey, Mio. Hey, I was playing games with you last night, and you said you were gonna call me back, and you didn't. Fuck you. Nah, there you go.
Let's go.
Shots fired at Mio.
Yo, shots
What's
fired.
going on, man? Fuck you, Mio. You said you were gonna call me back. Who else?
See, we could have done it today too. We had plenty we could have gone. I mean, we talked about it before the stream. We decided to skip it. But we could have done it.
I'm ready to go rape mode.
We could go rape mode. We could go drama mode.
Rape mode. No. No.
There's bigger things to do.
We're okay. Yeah, we're okay.
But we could be making money right now with some drama.
Yeah.
I like doing it.
Yeah. I have to keep that in the back of my mind. I don't know.
He basically memorized my password, enabled one-touch purchases on Roblox and other video games. LOL. Dude, I've often thought that's what those are for. All those little video games with the in-game purchases. It's just for kids to steal their parents' credit card, because there's no way to charge this back either. They don't have customer service. There's no returns. There's nobody to even talk to. If they can get, you could call your credit card company, but good luck. They got your money. It's just a trap.
Hey,
what?
1 sec. Partisan hat. Hey, why are you here? Why aren't I in the chat, and why aren't you the streamer? Hey, if I'm so not funny, if I'm so stale content, big guy, why aren't you making content? Why are you in the chat, you faggot? Huh? Why are you in the chat, you faggot? You faggot bitch? Huh?
Yo, owned? Yo, hey, whoa, relax. RJ, you're crossing you're attacking the chat? RJ, what's wrong?
Hey,
what's got into you?
Who next? Huh? Who next?
What's got into this guy? He's out of control.
Who wants some?
This guy's wilding out. This guy's losing his dang mind. Guys, what am I going to do? He's taking over my show. RJ, are you all right? Why do you hate Partisan Hat?
I'm flying off the handles. All right.
Wait, are you getting so mad because they correctly identified that you're a Fed and now you're compensating?
We're compensating. It's called, we do a little compensating chat. Hey, who's next?
Pretty sus, actually. Pretty sus.
Have you been watching too much Beardson? Yes. I've been learning. I've been taking notes. Okay, like a good little steward. You better watch yourself. I'll go off. You think I'm nice? Haha. Oh, he's Jimbo Zoomer. Yeah, you wait.
He's a madman. Get his ass, boys. Get him. Get his ass.
New neo-Nazi talking points are like, well, no, of course the Holocaust happened, but it was probably like a few 100,000 Jews, not 6 million. How could you even know the numbers? Could the gas chambers really run that fast? If you were trying to bake 6 million cookies and you only had 11 ovens working full time, where are the smoke clouds? Weren't the doors made out of wood, right? Every single one of these points is addressed by historians if you take the time to read any of it. But it feels like a lot of people...
Oh, really? Did you read it? See, the time is to... What you got to do is turn that back around on Destiny right there. SNEAKO doesn't know this yet. He doesn't understand the tactics yet. He hasn't studied Destiny like I have. You'd say, okay, which historians? What's the book that I should read that'll have that information? And you read that book? What does that book say? What chapter is it in? And just literally press them to that level. Source, quote, source. Who addresses it? What book did you read? Because you just made the claim that all of these problems are addressed by historians. Which ones? But he doesn't know. That's an assumption. He's like, I assume that there's he'll say an answer like this. Well, I would think, right? I would guess that there's somebody out there who's done this, and he'll use that as a justification for tearing down your conspiracy theory. Yeah. So we're just watching. A blue-haired sophist pressing poor SNEAKO. SNEAKO's just like,
poor SNEAKO.
Oh yeah. I'm talking to Destiny live, and he's doing the thing. It's rough.
People don't actually take the time to dig through it. They just say they do their own research and then they don't. I guess ordinarily
Destiny,
it'd be kind of like a whatever.
Did Destiny take his time to dig through it and do his own research, or is he just projecting that on everybody else?
I don't really care much, but when it seems like anti-Semitic rhetoric in the United States is on a huge upswing, and then people like you are kind of being responsible for driving more of it. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit sad and a little.
You think
bit
I'm pushing anti-Semitism?
Daily Grifter, yo, Big Tech, where's Kanye? Is he okay? Sorry, you missed it, bro. Catch the replay. We already talked about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
catch the
absolutely.
replay.
What part of what I said is pushing anti-Semitism?
When you say things like, I think that the number of Jews killed during the Holocaust is grossly exaggerated. That's an anti-Semitic talking point.
I didn't say it was exaggerated. I'm saying there's no way to actually know. I didn't say that it was.
So you think more
That's an anti-Semitic talking point.
more than 6 million Jews could have been killed?
I think it's impossible to strictly determine that it was 6 million.
Okay.
I didn't say more or less.
Sure, I can tell you why it's anti-Semitic, right? If it's impossible to know, why do we use that number?
I mean, it's very
Nice. Because they tell us to. That's the answer. We use that number because they tell us to use it. And then who is they? Well, I'm not going to say what people it is. Okay, I can't say that. It's the Jews.
very effective at silencing any anti-Semitism. The ADL
Every
and
time.
all these.
Yeah, okay, that's an
I really don't want to get debanked, but like.
Sure, I know, but that's it. So that talking point is anti-Semitic, right? The idea that Jews are leveraging the Holocaust in order to shield themselves from criticism, that's an anti-Semitic talking point, right?
How is it an anti-Semitic talking point? It's real. It's just a real thing that's happening. They do use it to shield themselves. So the desire to like question this shield that they use, is this even a real thing? Oh, you're being anti-Semitic. Okay. Why? Why is that anti-Semitic? Well, you want them to drop their shield that they use to get away with stuff?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't have a shield like that. Why do they get a special shield? Oh, you don't want to let them have a special shield? You're anti-Semitic.
That's just true. They use that. They use the Holocaust to silence anybody who has any criticism towards Jews, and
Yes.
you don't see any other
Let's
race.
go.
And I constantly say that black people should be able to do the same thing with slavery, and they don't. Jews have used that to become stronger. They use the Holocaust to complete.
No, blacks should not do the same thing with slavery. No. The answer is that no, people shouldn't do that. It's not that, yeah, we should all do that. Blacks should do it too. No, nobody should do that. You shouldn't use the history as an emotional leverage to shut people up. No, shouldn't do that. Shouldn't use history and leverage of guilt and shame and fear and terror to sway conversations. No, don't do that. How about we don't do that, actually?
Completely prevent that from happening again. There's not anti-Semitic.
Okay, hold on.
It's smart.
Firstly,
It's
black
smart that
people.
they do that.
First of all, black people do use that. Okay, we
Yes, he shouldn't have said that.
just had the whole fucking BLM riots. Okay, I don't know if you remember those or not. So black people in the United States absolutely do talk about their history as well. But
I don't know if that was black people that were benefiting off of.
okay, it was
riots.
BLM. But regardless,
There was more black violence during BLM than there has been in the past.
okay, that's fine. And there are more people that defend Jews than just Jewish people, right? There's white people too.
Source? Yeah, white people who work for a Jew.
Right? So, do you
I
think that?
defend Jews
Mostly because Jews have the Holocaust.
all the time. I defend.
Okay, don't you think it's possible? Don't you think it's possible that one of the reasons why they want to like keep reminding people of this is so that you don't like slip back into that anti-Semitic world that Jews?
Don't you think it's possible that they want to keep reminding people of this so that you don't slip back into that anti-Semitic world? Oh, if we don't keep reminding them of the Holocaust, they might slip back into not liking us.
Exactly.
Yeah, but now you're
agreeing.
doing it. We're not agreeing. You're saying that they're using it as a shield from criticism. I'm saying maybe they're just bringing it up because they're worried that like another Holocaust might happen.
I mean,
They're worried. They use the Holocaust to defend themselves against criticism because they're afraid another Holocaust might be happening. That's that nice little circular reasoning. The Holocaust happened, and you can't question it because if you do, it might happen again. The thing that definitely happened can't be questioned because if you question it, it might happen again. Well, isn't that a perfect, like, tied up little in a bow situation? Wow. This horrible thing happened. Don't question it. Why? Because it'll happen again. Oh, then I won't question it. Okay.
it comes from the same place. They don't want another Holocaust to happen. They've used that to band together and become stronger.
No, those are two wildly different claims. Saying like, hey, don't forget this because I don't want to get genocided again is a lot different than saying like they're using this to increase their power so that they can have Israel be the rightful ruling country of the world. Those are
Okay,
two.
it started with that, and now it's very useful in having ultimate power.
Ultimate? What is the ultimate power?
Silencing any criticism and shutting people up as soon as they criticize. As soon as I say anything, Ye said DEFCON 3. I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 and Jewish people, and then they completely look at how much power they have now because for so many decades they've said.
Ye isn't even the best example, to be honest. It is the recent one. It's the hot one, but
Henry Ford. There's tons of examples. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better if we. It's better in that one just to just go like, you don't really know. You're gonna pretend they don't have that. Just put it on him. You don't. You remember what I did to the Jew tranny the other day? I said,
yeah, you got to frame the argument exactly.
I said, so you're a conspiracy denier.
Yeah.
So you're saying they don't conspire. Oh, you're saying you're saying they don't use it as a way to cancel people and to harm those who question them. You're saying they don't harm people who question them? Do they or do they not use that as leverage and as a weapon, in fact, to harm people who question them or challenge them?
Not just that, they use it as an international extortion racket to bleed countries dry. It's disgusting.
At 6 million, 6 million, 6 million, they got to the point where they could just shut you out like that.
If I were to tweet out, like, I'm going DEFCON 3 on black people or trans people, you'd probably get...
Fine. You will be fine.
Hold on.
First, they said slavery was a choice.
Wait. Hold on.
Several years ago, nothing happened.
First of all, no, he got a ton of heat for that statement. I don't know if you're not
He got dragged on Twitter. He didn't get debanked. He didn't get all of his. He didn't lose his Adidas deal. He didn't lose He didn't lose his bank account.
Yeah, because that was a random statement.
On Twitter.
Bro, he lost his Chase bank account is gone before he even made those Ye statements. He lost the Adidas deal, sure, but the Chase shit, he was talking shit about that bank way before he made any public statements for it. I'm pretty sure he was talking shit about the entire executive team because they weren't treating him how he wanted to be treated. But regardless of that, yeah,
Chase Bank was after the DEFCON 3 statement.
Google it. I don't want to do every single story with you, okay? But Google Chase Bank drops Ye, and that decision had been made because of comments that he'd made about that bank and the executives prior to any weird Nazi shit. The Adidas deal, I'll admit that the Adidas deal was lost, but the statements that he started making about Jews were even more extreme than the statements that he was making about black people in slavery. So, I mean, like, that's not that surprising. I don't think that's because
How
Jews
was it more saying slavery was a choice?
Did you even... have you even listened to Kanye's comments about that?
Yes.
Okay, what did he mean when he said that?
Okay, so this is the clip we already saw. This is the now we're into the shorter clip that we got. Yeah. This was the full conversation on Christmas, I guess. I thought this was a new one, but now we're catching up to the bit that we already saw.
Epic fail. That's funny. That was good, though. That was good content.
Yeah, do we need to see the rest of it now?
I think chat liked me yelling at people more, though.